And good morning. And it is early. I'm out here this morning. I had one goal today, and that was to clean out the truck of all the wood and paint it. Well, I couldn't just paint it. Unfortunately, I came out and I was upset because I looked in here and all I saw was crusty rust all over the back of the truck, and I was thinking, oh man, the OSHVO must have failed because it rained a few times where I didn't cover the trunk, and I figured the rain got in and re-rusted everything, and I was thinking, oh no, I'm going to have to OSHVO the whole thing again and redo it. Well, I was incorrect. It turned out all that crusty rust was rust that had been, and actually the OSHVO, what it does is it takes and turns the rust back into metal, but it leaves it as a crust on top of the bare metal. So what I had to do is I had to come out with the wire wheel. I wire wheeled all the crusty rust off that was on the surface, and underneath was lovely bare metal, which was exactly what I was looking for to be able to take and paint. And what I did was I painted the whole rear end, basically. Well, not the whole rear end. What I did was I painted the interior of the trunk. And it is now all painted. So now I've got to wait for all that to dry before I start doing the next part of the project. But if you look closely, you'll see that it came out pretty good. The only thing that looks a little funny is I could not get that tar paper off that was stuck to the metal. So I just said heck with it, because what's going to happen is this is all going to get rubber coated before I use it anyway. I just wanted to paint it to keep it from. Well, actually, I wanted to paint it to keep it from rusting up again, but according to the thing, once you OSHVO'd it, it never rusts again. And I'm sort of like, I don't want to test that theory, because I have a feeling you can knock once you start beating and banging on it and get down to bare metal again, it probably would start rusting again. So, at least with a coat of paint on it, it looks like it's fairly good shape. But that's what the whole rear end now looks like without anything in it. Pretty neat. You can see I pulled the paintbrush out. I was getting ready to paint the whole thing with the OSHVO again and I'm kind of like glad I don't have to now. I wanted to just come out here, and I was going to paint the whole rear end, but unfortunately my drill is one of those battery type, and the battery died. So now I'm going to have to wait for the thing to recharge, and then what I'll do is go through, and because all that is just crusty surface stuff. It's not in the metal at all. So all I got to do is take and wire wheel all that stuff off, and then I can paint that half of the truck, what used to be the passenger compartment. So here you can see I got all my wires hung up. I got to start thinking about rewiring those. What I'm probably going to do is run it right over the top of the wheel well. I was thinking of running it up there, but that's where the convertible top goes through, and I don't want the convertible top crushing the wire. So basically I got that lovely space there. I just got to pull that piece of that metal flap out of there, and I started cutting it out of that side, but it's still too early in the morning to start bringing out power tools and doing that kind of thing. So I didn't know if it was too early to run the vacuum cleaner and the drill, but those are kind of quiet. I figured I wasn't going to disturb my neighbors too much with those, hopefully. Well, I'm sweating like crazy out here. It's so hot, and it's only like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. I don't think it's 8 o'clock yet. I got up at 6, so it's probably about 7:30, and it's like 85 degrees. It's supposed to go up to like the mid-90s today, possibly 100, so I'm not going to hang out here too long. I'll probably just cover up the car again, so in case it does decide to rain, because I got to bring in that big pile of lumber. I don't want to leave that out here. Unfortunately, that stuff, it turns out when that Luann stuff gets wet, it actually disintegrates because it was not meant to get wet. So I may try to vacuum out the front a little bit more, but I wanted to show you my lovely paint job. It turned out nice. I'm kind of happy. I'm very happy with it. You know, the wire wheeling was a little, I was not expecting to wire wheel again, but that's all right. At least it got rid of all the rust. There was like not one speck of rust underneath that paint. I should have videoed it before I painted it. I suppose I would have given you an idea what it looked like, but it was clean. Like I said, it looked like that up there, basically, and as you can see, that looks like it re-rusted again. You know, you'd be thinking, oh no, they're gonna bring out the ASHFO, and like I said, I was thinking I was gonna, it looks bad, but once you wire wheel all that crusty, it's crust on top of, it's like icing on top of the cake, and once you eat that crust off, all you got is bare cake. So it looks bad, but believe me, it's not. It really came out very pretty. So I just gotta clean up all the sawdust from my woodworking. Of course, I'm gonna get sawdust all over the place because I'm still not done with the woodworking. I did get the side rails cut last night. Not to shape, I just got a rough cut. So what I can do now is I'm going to come out and I'm going to do the rails next, and then I'm going to redo the bed, because I have a feeling the bed's going to change once I start throwing the rails in. So, well, let me get to vacuuming. I just wanted to come out and show you my lovely paint job. What'll happen is the whole back here will look like that when I'm done. I just gotta be careful not to paint the window motors. Like I said, I did stick the back windows back in, and I gotta be careful not to paint those. I probably should have left those out until I painted everything. I suppose I could take them out. Do you know there's only 3 bolts holding those things in? Believe it. So it's not that hard to take them in and out. I'm surprised. It's just, you know, pain in the butt, because I also put the trim back in on the outside here on both sides, because I don't know, I may not leave that though, because when the metal shop does their thing, what I'm going to do is put a flat, when the side rails come up, they're only going to come to about here, because the bed is only going to come out to the wheel wells there on both sides. So basically there's going to be like a 6-inch gap here at the top, and what I want to do is take and put a flat part across there, so that way when you open the convertible top, it'll hold it up from dropping into the bed, because right now when you open the convertible top, it has a tendency to want to drop into what's going to be the truck bed. See, on the normal convertible, I don't know if you remember from my other videos, but it has this thing here. That's where the convertible top sits into. As you can see, I started cutting up this one because I was contemplating, because I was using this as a test vehicle before I did cut that one up. Alright, thank you for tuning in. We're making progress, and when I get the rest of the back of the bed painted, we'll come back out and do the next part of the video. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.